Check, 1, 2. It's Hot J. I fucked up. It's Hot Take J back up in here in the fucking mix right now. I know I've had a moment of absence. I just had to get some things straight. I mean, I got 17 subscribers, so I mean, it shouldn't really matter too much. But I just want this video to get out there today, and I have a message. I have a real message, and it's not a good one about the Raptors. Is that, remember I said in my last video, I'm explaining what we need for the season, and I'm going back and forth. I'm talking about how the Raptors should start, how the dynamics should go. And now it's gotten so complicated that the Raptors are in a rut right now. And this is horrible because I said we need to get off to a hot start. The league is good this year. Teams are coming up. The more easier games we win and the more we figure it out sooner, the more identity we have as a team, the better. That means throughout the season we can have a little bit of ups and downs and a little bit of turmoil, because that's going to happen in a season. It happens to every team. Not every team is the Golden State Warriors with Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, and Klay Thompson. We don't have that. We don't have a quote-unquote superstar. Pascal Siakam is great. He's holding it down. But let's be honest. It's no Golden State out there. We barely look like we have an identity anymore. Vision 6-9? Come on. Now, why hasn't that worked? Well, let's get down to it. You got an undersized point guard, but he works well. He's used to playing with big men. Fred VanVleet, I mean, he's had a rough stretch. 6 games, 7 games of not playing well. And when a man truthfully is going through emotional turmoil and he's dealing with some things in family life and this and that, his goals and his drive might be a little bit knocked off. That's understandable. Cool. You know what? Fred has done so much for this organization. He's the leader. He's impacted the team so much. He's stuck beside us through so many years that I'm going to give him a break. I'm not going to get on his case too much because we know what Fred can do. Points of the season last year, Fred was carrying us. So, I'm going to give him that because he had a good year last year. He had a decent start to the season. And the past little couple 6 games, I can give him a break for. But there's other guys that I just can't. We can't do it no more as Raptors fans. And Scotty Barnes, he won Rookie of the Year last year. All I said was, okay, score like 2 more points per game and just do your thing. And I don't know what's happening with Scotty Barnes. Maybe he's hit an early wall, I suspect. But it's not looking good. I thought he was going to be a much better player. Like, I expect him to still not be like on his second year. I don't expect him to be a superstar, an all-star. I expect him to be solid. I expect him to be Scotty Barnes. But I don't see it right now. His play on the court has gotten a little bit lackadaisical, and on the Raptors that just doesn't fly. It's easy to spot out on the Raptors because everybody's giving it their all. So you're easy. Teams are looking at Scotty Barnes, and they're seeing weakness right now. They're not seeing alpha Scotty. They're seeing weakness Scotty Barnes. And this is the thing about basketball. It's more of a mental game than you think. And people know when you're weak. When Scotty Barnes is dribbling, doing his step back, he's not really being guarded. Like, he's not really being guarded. Like, he's more right now, since he won Rookie of the Year, he's on people's scouting charts. He's on defense's scouting charts and game plans. But he's not really looked after too much, like Pascal, like Fred, like Gary. He's not looked at in that light yet. And he's still having some shortcomings. I'm going to forgive Scotty too. All right? I'm going to forgive Scotty too. Second year. You're allowed to go through what you want to go through, my boy. I'm going to be dead ass. I'm going to be honest, bro. Gary Trent Jr., he's bound to have bad stretches of play. You know, if you watched Gary throughout his career, he's a little bit inconsistent, and he'll have bad stretches of play, and he'll have great stretches of play for like a week or two. So he's the type of guy that can turn it on and off. He's the type of guy that can turn it on and off, and sometimes it's just not there. He's a little bit one-dimensional. He's a shooter, and he's not much of a guy that's like, you know, people said he needs to work on his passing, right? So that's another thing I'm trying to get at is like he's a little bit one-dimensional in what he can do. So that's why when the shooting's not there, then he's basically non-existent because his defense has taken a little dip this year. He's not a great rebounder. He's a shooting guard, so that's expected a little bit. And he's not a good passer. So those are a little bit of weaknesses. But, I mean, I like him in a role where he can just score and shoot and not worry about anything else because we need that on the Raptors. We need people that don't overthink things. We need people that can just go here, get a couple buckets, boom. All right? So there's that. Gary Trent, OG Anunoby, I got to give this guy his flowers right now. I got to give him his flowers. This is my update on OG Anunoby. I'm giving him his flowers right now. He deserves everything right now. Every dollar he deserves. He's been healthy. He's been there. He's been showing up. He's been carrying. His defense is off the charts. I never seen better defense from OG Anunoby, and that's a big thing to say. That's a huge thing to say about OG Anunoby because his defense is always on point. I never seen a game where OG Anunoby was just kind of all right on defense. He gives it his all, and for him to go both ways, I think that's a beautiful thing what he's doing right now. He's looking like a defensive player of the year, hands down. I don't think anybody's better than him on defense right now. Not no highlights can do it justice, nothing. No, you can't convince me nobody else is a better defender than OG Anunoby right now. Pascal Siakam, we know what he is right now. If the team was better, he would look like a top 5 right now. He would look like an MVP candidate right now if our team was doing better. Trust me. Trust and believe. His defense, his rebounding, his assists, and his points production this year is all off the charts. Christian Koloko coming in, you know, he's gotten a new role because Precious Achiuwa got injured. We can't expect much from him. We can't. He's a good piece. I'm not going to say too much about him. We know what he was, and that's what he's proving. That's what he is. So we can cool off him. So why are we having so much turmoil? If we have a solid squad full of great pieces, here's my theory. Guys can't hit shots right now. Guys can't hit shots right now. Why? Why can't guys hit shots right now? Why can't we have a offense that gears towards our strengths? I'm not seeing it. We need a new playbook. I've been saying this I swear I said this in my last video too. We need a new offensive look. Like Steph Curry doesn't go the whole game playing ISO. If you noticed, pick and roll, off-ball screens. They make it easier for him to score. Yes, he's still putting in work. Yes, he's still putting in effort. Yes, he's still great. But he's doing this within an offense that gears towards scoring and that has great point production and plays set for him. What plays and what sets do you see for Pascal Siakam? What plays and what sets do you see for Scotty Barnes? What plays do you see for Gary Trent Jr. often? I see Gary Trent Jr. I see him getting a couple plays, but it's only a few times per game. Nick Nurse's philosophy is, okay, run it into the ground defensively, and okay, you guys can really figure it out on offense. That's not how it works. That's not what we're doing anymore. Yes, players have been very, very underwhelming, and it is all effort, and we do need to get back to our identity, but when that fails, what are we going to do? What are we going to fall back on? I haven't really even been watching the last couple games. I haven't been in it this season because it's the same thing as last year. Can't score in the fourth quarter. Can't score in the third quarter. Why? Never. The Raptors have never been good in the first quarter. Let me tell you, I've been watching the Raptors for 4 years now, and when I was a kid, I took a break because I was playing sports from watching basketball. But I never seen them do great in the first quarter. Like, yes, it happens. It happens. They'll do great, but they've never been a team to start off hot, and that's the thing this year. Is teams are starting off cold. They want to get to a good start and let the game play out and fizzle out. And they're winning that way. Not saying that's the main root of our problems or that's what we have to do. We got to fix things. Why do we have so many dry spells? It's because our offense has no flow and movement. You see guys, they'll swing it around. The ball movements are just a tiny bit better this year. But guys want to ISO so much and make it harder for themselves and get worse shots that like shots that you should never be shooting really in a type of role that you're in. Okay, that's why we have to have an offense with cuts, screens, pick and rolls, like a hole. We need a hole to slow it down, get a good play, and get a good bucket. Because we know we can get to it on the defensive end. That's not a problem, right? That's not a problem. Like, it has been a little bit, but it's not really a problem. Like, it's all effort. We're good naturally that way. But this offensive scheme, this flex offense, is not working. We need to change it up. I'm telling you. I don't know if it's Nick Nurse or who's initiating the offense, but I do not like it. I've had enough. Why is Chris Boucher missing layups? Why are we still missing free throws? Why is our three-point percentage way below league average? If you look at the Raptors too, is we have good pieces that add on, and you see their points per game and you see their averages, you're like, this should be a pretty good team. It's because we're never on the same page offensively. It's always Pascal's having a great game. Okay, Gary's not. He's messing everything up. Okay, Pascal and Gary are having a great game. Now Fred's missing every shot. OG's having a great game and Pascal's having a great game. Now Fred and Gary are off. Why? We haven't built that much chemistry yet? Can we not all just hit shots at the same time? Like, there's so many questions. What's wrong with the dynamics so much? Like, it's actually concerning. It's concerning to the point where Masai Ujiri has had to have a private conversation with Scotty Barnes about his play. Now, I assume Masai Ujiri wasn't too hard on him being a second-year player and understanding, but these are the tough conversations you have to have. You're a millionaire body now. You're a millionaire person. We all have expectations in society to do well and pressures and family life. You're getting paid top dollar to dribble a basketball. You need to be able to get that right. It's a hard grind and it's a very rewarding life, but you do have expectations because we all have excuses. We all do. I have excuses. Scotty has excuses. I accept for what they are as human beings. We all go through things. And I'm accepting. I'm an accepting person. I'm an understanding person. I'm a mature person that understands people. I understand turmoil. But this is more than turmoil. It might be something else. It might be something else because I thought we were going to be a lot better this year. They haven't shown it to me so far. And I'm very passionate about the Raptors. I love them. Like, I'll watch the games and I'll cheer them on because they're my team. I'm a loyal fan. But what's happening, though? Like, all the combination of players, this should work. We should be up there with the Celtics, the Bucks. We should honestly be 4th or 3rd. That's what I predicted. And I know it's only a quarter of the way season. And I know we could still get it together. But I'm just wondering why. Because we're just going to make it harder for ourselves coming up. And now it's going to look like at the trade deadline, who knows? If people don't start showing up, people are going to start having to go. I don't know who that is. I don't know who's on the market right now. I'm usually good at telling and I'm usually good at predicting things, but I don't know anymore. Is Fred on the line? Is our spiritual leader Fred on the line? Is Gary Trent our new young buck? He's only 23. He's still figuring things out. He still has potential. He's still a good player. Is he going to be on the line? OG Anunoby, defensive player on the line? Too many assets. Youth. Too much unknown right now to know whether or not if we should trade. That's why I think we definitely just have to let things play out. That's what you do. It's the only logical reason. Masai Ujiri can do all the hooting and hollering he wants to the players. He's the boss. He has to. He has expectations too. He has a job on the line too. He had a vision for this team too. He created the team, him and Bobby Webster. He's paying these players, and you expect them to perform at a high level. You're getting paid to play basketball. It's a 48-minute game. We got to show up. We got to show up. And I know this is being talked about right now. I know all these things are being talked about right now. Like, that's the thing. I'm no better than Nick Nurse. I'm no better than Bobby and Masai. You know, nothing I can say will even matter to them because it's already being talked about. Winning is being talked about. Expectations are being talked about. But fans, you know, I just don't want to freak y'all out. I know this team can bounce back and be better, but I'm just thinking like it's really concerning right now, and I'm saying it really took a turn for the worse, and it's really unexpected to me, honestly. The way the offseason went, I saw everybody working and going hard. I thought it was gonna be a lot better. So I'm actually surprised right now. They caught me off guard because I didn't expect them to look like this at this point in the season. I thought they should be better than they were when they started at this point in the season, even with Precious Achiuwa being out. That's the thing about Vision 6-9 is that you have a next man up that can do the exact same things as the last person that went out. It's not looking like that right now. So what happens when you build a roster full of this is what we used to call shooters that can't really shoot, 50. You call them 50. So you don't really guard them because you know they're not going to hit every shot that they get. It's easy for teams to zone us. And a zone defense is a good way to cut off the paint. And it's a good way to make shooters shoot that can't really shoot because you know they're going to miss. And it's a good way to preserve energy on defense. We need to be smarter on the court, and we need to be better. I'm not saying that the effort is not all the way there because the effort is there. It's just the production. And sometimes the effort, but it's mostly the production, the efficiency. All right? I'm just going to call this video something like turmoil. But anyways, so I'm going to start introducing something new to the channel. I'm just going to call it like something like a motivational ending to my videos, because I think we all need it in these times. My motivational topic today is are you sick of where you are right now? Because you have to be sick of it right now to change. Get your ass up. Get out your feelings. Tomorrow's a new day. Save your energy tonight and go after everything you want tomorrow. This is Hot Take Jay talking about the Raptors. Let's go, man. I'm out.
shit.